Chosen one, listen closely. Your life is about to shift in ways you've never imagined. What you are about to hear is not coincidence, not accident, and not a random thought. It is a message from God, arriving in perfect divine alignment at the exact moment your soul has been waiting for. Right now, your heart is ready, even if your mind is filled with doubt. This word is not just guidance, it is confirmation. It is the answer you have been silently pleading for, and it carries the power to shift your destiny and awaken the purpose you were born to fulfill. For too long, you have carried the weight of unanswered questions. Why me? Why this struggle? Why the loneliness? Why the pain? Today, the veil is lifted, and the truth is revealed. You were never walking aimlessly. You are the chosen one, handpicked for a divine calling far greater than you could have imagined. Every battle you survived, every night you cried, every loss you endured was never wasted. It was all preparation. The fire you walked through was the refining fire of heaven, designed not to destroy you, but to elevate you higher than anyone expected. Stay with me, because what God is revealing today will ignite your spirit, awaken your spiritual awakening, and set the stage for the next level of your destiny. Hear me when I say this, with all authority and love. You were called. This is not imagination, not fantasy, not self-delusion. This is a message from God, spoken directly into the depths of your being. If you listen closely, your spirit will confirm it, because deep down you've always known you were different. You've always felt the pull of destiny, the sense that you were born for more, the unshakable feeling that you were set apart. That was not pride. That was not coincidence. That was God's whisper, gently but firmly reminding you of who you are. And now comes the revelation. Your time of hiding is over. The season of delay is breaking. The doors that once refused to open are unlocking by divine command. The same people who doubted you, the same voices that ridiculed you, will be forced to witness the elevation God is placing on your life. For the chosen one is rising, not by man's hand, but by the decree of heaven. You are stepping into higher ground, into a season where destiny will no longer be delayed, but fulfilled. I am not here to flatter you or to soothe you with empty words. I speak to you as an older, wiser guide who has walked through fire, seen the valleys, and climbed mountains. I speak with boldness because I know this truth. God's hand is on your life. You cannot run from it. You cannot hide from it, and you cannot deny it anymore. You are in the middle of a spiritual awakening that will change everything about the way you see yourself, your purpose, and your future. This is your confirmation. Chosen one, understand this clearly. The war over your life has been real. The battles you have fought in silence, the attacks you faced that no one else saw, were not random. They were assignments from darkness sent to destroy the light in you. But the truth is this: your light is necessary. You carry something this world desperately needs. You were not meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out, to shine, to lead, to carry a divine fire that others cannot ignore. So I circle back to the beginning. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war was real. The resistance was real. But so is your victory, and so is your destiny. The light you carry cannot be extinguished. The elevation that is coming cannot be stopped. The divine calling on your life cannot be revoked. It is written. It is sealed. It is done. When? The confirmation of your calling. Chosen one, hear me clearly. Your divine calling is not random. It was not the product of chance, nor was it the result of luck or coincidence. It was written before the foundation of the world, etched into your very being by the hand of God Himself. This is why you have never felt fully at home in this world. This is why you often feel different, why you cannot blend in, Why the things that satisfy others never satisfy you, because you are the chosen one, and your life has always carried a deeper purpose. This is not a dream, not imagination, but a message from God confirming what you have always known in your soul. You were called. Every struggle you have endured has been part of your preparation. Every rejection that broke your heart, every delay that tested your patience, every betrayal that left you questioning your worth, all of it was orchestrated by heaven to prepare you for higher elevation. What others thought was your end was simply a step in your process. You were not overlooked. You were strategically positioned. You were hidden, not forgotten. God was shaping you in silence, building strength in your spirit, and teaching you endurance for the mission that lies ahead. The truth is, your uniqueness has always been the signal of your spiritual awakening. You never fit in because you were never meant to. You never found peace in the things others celebrated because your spirit longed for more. That longing, that restlessness, that fire in your chest, that was God's whisper calling you higher. And today, this is not mere encouragement, it is confirmation. This message from God comes to break your doubts and silence your fears. You were called for such a time as this. Think of the path you have walked. How many times did you face rejection that you did not understand? How many times did doors close in your face when you thought they were meant for you? Those were not failures, chosen one. They were redirections. Each time the world said no, heaven was saying not this way, not this time, not here. God has been guiding your steps, even when you could not see it. What felt like delay was protection. What felt like rejection was alignment. And what felt like silence was preparation. There are moments you questioned yourself, moments you asked if you were imagining it all. But deep down, you know you have always known. The dreams that felt too big, the visions that would not let you sleep, the voice inside you that kept pulling you forward, these were not illusions, they were signals of your divine calling. The chosen one does not stumble into destiny by mistake. The chosen one is carried by the hand of God, even when they cannot see the path ahead. This message from God comes to remind you that your struggles were never wasted. The pain you carried was not meaningless. Every sleepless night, every tear, every silent battle was shaping you for the glory you are about to walk into. What others thought was breaking you was actually building you. You are the living testimony that out of the ashes beauty rises, out of brokenness strength emerges, out of rejection destiny is born. This is the divine paradox of your journey. You had to lose to gain. You had to be crushed to rise. You had to be hidden before you could be revealed. Chosen one, do not despise the journey you have walked. It was necessary. You could not be trusted with this level of elevation without first passing through the fire. You could not carry the weight of this divine calling without first learning how to endure storms. You were not overlooked. You were refined. You were not ignored. You were anointed. And now the time has come for God's promise to manifest in your life. You are stepping into a season of confirmation where everything you questioned will make sense, and everything you endured will reveal its purpose. Circle back with me to the truth. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You are not crazy. You are not mistaken. You were called. The war you fought was real. The resistance you faced was real. But so is your light. So is your purpose. So is your divine calling. You are necessary to this generation. Your voice is needed. Your fire is essential. Without your light, someone else's path remains in darkness. That is why you could not be destroyed, why you could not be silenced, why you are still standing even after everything you have endured. Because the chosen one cannot be defeated when heaven has ordained their destiny. So I say it again with urgency, with fire, and with love. You were called. You were chosen. You were marked by heaven. The confirmation is here. This is not just encouragement to lift your spirit for a moment. This is confirmation that your entire journey has been divinely aligned. And now, nothing will stop the elevation that God is placing upon your life. 2. The struggles that prove you are chosen. Chosen one. You know the weight of struggle more deeply than most. You know what it feels like to be misunderstood, to be isolated, to fight battles in silence that no one else could see. You have endured nights when your tears became your only prayer, days when your heart carried wounds too heavy for words. But I tell you this with certainty, none of it was wasted. Every moment of pain, every betrayal, every disappointment was not punishment. It was evidence of your divine calling. This is a message from God, reminding you that your struggles were proof of your selection. You were not chosen because life was supposed to be easy for you. You were chosen because you were meant to endure what others could not survive. The battles you faced were not signs of abandonment, but signs of preparation. The deeper the calling, the greater the resistance. And because your calling is higher, your struggles have been harder. While others walked paths of comfort, you were sent into storms. While others blended in, you stood apart. That separation was never rejection. It was consecration. God was setting you apart, making you holy, preparing you to carry a light this world desperately needs. Think about the betrayals you endured. The ones you trusted most often became the ones who wounded you the deepest. People you poured love into walked away without warning. Doors you thought were certain slammed shut in your face. Every piece of your heart that was broken became a vessel for God to pour in more strength, more faith, more endurance. You were being trained in ways you did not understand. The very ones who tried to break you were unknowingly shaping you for the elevation God planned. They became unwilling instruments in your preparation. Chosen one, do you see it now? The isolation you resented was God's classroom. He was teaching you to depend on His voice and not the noise of the crowd. He was showing you that when all else fades, His presence remains unshaken. That season where you felt invisible, where no one saw your worth, was not evidence that you were forgotten. It was God shielding you, protecting your anointing, and keeping you hidden until the appointed time. What felt like abandonment was actually preservation. The spiritual battles you fought were not illusions. The war was real. Darkness recognized your light before you even knew the fullness of it. The attacks against your life were not because you were weak, but because you were powerful. The chosen one always carries a target on their back, because hell knows the danger of what you are destined to become. Every spiritual attack, every moment of heaviness, every thought that tried to break you was evidence that you are carrying a fire too bright to be ignored. And yet, despite it all, you are still here. That alone is testimony. Let me remind you, the very things that were meant to destroy you were preparing you to rise higher. The storms were not curses, they were blessings in disguise. God uses storms to build resilience before promotion. Just as steel is strengthened in fire, your spirit was fortified in adversity. Without those battles, you would not have the strength to carry the weight of the destiny ahead. Without the betrayal, you would not know how to discern hearts. Without the rejection, you would not understand the power of divine acceptance. Without the delay, you would not appreciate the beauty of God's perfect timing. The darkest seasons of your life were actually the birthplace of your spiritual awakening. In the silence of your suffering, your ears grew attuned to heaven's whisper. In the loneliness of your isolation, your heart became a sanctuary where God's presence dwelled. In the chaos of betrayal, you learned that human approval is fleeting, but divine favor is eternal. Your pain birthed wisdom, your losses birthed strength. Your scars birthed purpose. These were not punishments, they were confirmations. And now I say this to you with boldness. You are entering the season where everything makes sense. The rejection that once crushed you will be revealed as protection. The betrayals that left you in tears will be exposed as lessons that refined you. The silence you endured will transform into clarity that guides you. The valley you walked through will testify of the mountain you are climbing. The very things that threatened to end you were the same things that made you unshakable. So circle back to the beginning. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The struggles were real. The war was real. But they were never designed to destroy you. They were designed to confirm you. You are the chosen one, and the proof of that is written in every tear, every wound, every sleepless night. If the battle was intense, it is only because your calling is extraordinary. If the resistance was heavy, it is only because your purpose is divine. Chosen one, your light is necessary. The world needs the strength you carry, the wisdom you gained, the fire that now burns in your spirit. The darkest battles always precede the brightest breakthroughs, and your breakthrough is closer than you think. Lift your head, stand in your authority, and recognize that everything you went through was shaping you for this moment. 3. God is elevating you higher. Chosen one, hear this prophecy with the fullness of your spirit. God is elevating you higher. Not tomorrow, not in some distant season, but now. The shift has already begun. This is not a vague hope or a wishful dream. This is a message from God declaring that unseen doors are about to open for you, that favor is about to multiply, and that opportunities are about to align in ways you could never have orchestrated on your own. What once seemed impossible is about to become undeniable proof of divine power at work in your life. The process of elevation is not always visible in its earliest stages. At first, it may feel like nothing is changing, like you are still standing in the same place. But elevation begins in the unseen. God starts moving behind the scenes, stirring hearts, shifting circumstances, and creating divine alignments that you cannot yet perceive. Even while you are waiting, heaven is arranging. Even while you are praying, heaven is answering. Even while you are doubting, heaven is declaring. The chosen one's rise is not dependent on man's permission. It is commanded by God's authority. Soon you will see doors open that no man could shut. You will walk into spaces you were once denied access to. People who ignored you will suddenly be drawn to your light. Favor will rest upon you like a mantle, and opportunities will chase you down. This is not exaggeration. It is prophecy. God is elevating you from obscurity into visibility, from struggle into strength, from silence into influence. The same valley where you once wept will give birth to the mountain where you now stand. From the valley to the mountain, God is shifting you into higher ground. Chosen one, your enemies will not be able to deny what is happening. The very ones who laughed at you will have no choice but to witness your rise. Those who doubted your calling will watch as it is fulfilled before their eyes. This elevation is not about revenge, but it will silence every lie spoken against you. It will be proof that God's hand was on you all along. They tried to bury you, but they did not realize you were a seed. And now, in due season, you are sprouting, rising, and flourishing in the fullness of your divine calling. Elevation by God is unlike anything man can offer. Man can promote, but man can also demote. God's elevation, however, is permanent. When heaven declares your rise, no force in hell can stop it. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No barrier can remain standing. No chain can stay unbroken. This is why your spiritual awakening is intensifying in this season. You are being prepared to handle the weight of your new level. You are being called higher, and you will walk in authority, confidence, and divine clarity like never before. Imagine the life you thought you lost, the dreams you thought were gone, the opportunities you thought had passed you by. Watch as they return in greater measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. God is not just restoring what you lost. He is multiplying it. What once was closed is opening wide. What once was stagnant is flowing again. What once was broken is being rebuilt stronger. This is the beauty of divine elevation. It does not just bring you back to where you were, it takes you higher than you ever imagined. Chosen one, this is why your process was so painful. This is why the war over your life was so fierce. The enemy knew what was coming. The resistance you faced was a direct reflection of the power you carry. You were never weak. You were targeted because you are strong. You were not forgotten. You were hidden until the appointed time, and now that time has come. What God is doing in your life is irreversible. It is already written, and it cannot be stopped. This season of elevation is also a season of clarity. You will begin to see with new eyes, to hear God's voice with greater precision, and to sense divine timing with unshakable confidence. The fog that once clouded your vision is lifting, and the path ahead is becoming clear. You are stepping into alignment with your divine calling, and everything around you is being rearranged to fit the purpose of heaven. The people in your life, the opportunities presented, the resources released, they are all part of the orchestration of God's plan. You will notice that what once drained you will no longer have power over you. The fears that once bound you will lose their grip. The habits that once limited you will fall away. Elevation demands transformation, and God has already been transforming you from the inside out. That is why you feel different, why you think differently, why you sense things others cannot. Your spirit is awakening to the higher dimension God is calling you into. This is not fantasy, this is divine reality. And so, I circle back to the truth you must carry in your heart. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war was real, but the elevation is greater. The struggles were real, but the breakthrough is undeniable. Your light is necessary, and now it will shine brighter than ever before. From obscurity to influence, from brokenness to wholeness, from isolation to recognition, you are rising. You are the chosen one, and your season of elevation has arrived. I speak this over you with authority and certainty. It is already written, and it cannot be stopped. What God has spoken over your life will come to pass. No delay can erase it. No opposition can cancel it. No enemy can overthrow it. You are stepping into a realm of divine favor, where blessings overflow, where purpose expands, and where your destiny manifests in fullness. You are walking into higher ground, and nothing will pull you back down. 4. The spiritual awakening unfolding. Chosen one, the season you are entering is not just about elevation in the natural, it is a profound spiritual awakening. Your spirit is stirring in ways it has never stirred before. You are beginning to hear the whispers of God with greater clarity, sensing His timing with precision, and walking with an unshakable faith that cannot be moved by circumstance. This awakening is a divine signal that you are stepping into a new level of understanding, influence, and authority. The world may not yet see it, but heaven is already rearranging everything around you to match the reality of who you are becoming. As this awakening unfolds, you will notice synchronicities appearing in your life. Events that once seemed random will suddenly align perfectly. You will meet the right people at the right time. Doors will open when they were once locked. Opportunities that seemed impossible will now feel inevitable. These signs are not coincidences, they are confirmations from God, evidence that your life is being orchestrated for a higher purpose. The chosen one is never left to wander aimlessly. Your path is carefully guided by divine wisdom. You may also begin to experience divine dreams and visions that provide insight, guidance, and encouragement. These dreams are more than imagination. They are communication from God, revealing the future, showing the way, and preparing your spirit for what is coming. Pay attention to these moments, chosen one, for they are proof that your consciousness is expanding, that your spiritual senses are awakening, and that you are stepping into alignment with your divine calling. What once was hidden is now being revealed. What once was unclear is now becoming unmistakably clear. Another sign of this awakening is the renewed energy that courses through your spirit. You will find that the burdens that once exhausted you now serve as fuel for your purpose. The work that once felt heavy will begin to flow with ease. You will discover an inner strength and resilience that surprises even you. This is no accident. It is the preparation of God manifesting in your body, mind, and soul, equipping you to carry the weight of leadership and influence that your destiny demands. The spiritual awakening unfolding in your life is proof that you are being elevated into a place of authority and impact. God does not awaken the chosen one to remain stagnant. He awakens you to rise, to lead, and to transform the world around you. This awakening is your invitation to step fully into your divine calling, to recognize the power within you, and to embrace the responsibilities that come with it. You were not called to remain unnoticed or inactive. You were called to shine, to guide, and to inspire. As your spiritual senses sharpen, you will begin to discern truth with greater clarity. The distractions, the doubts, and the deceptions that once clouded your judgment will fade. Your heart will become a compass, and your spirit will become a guide. You will begin to recognize divine timing in every situation, to understand the significance of each encounter, and to walk confidently in the knowledge that God's plan is unfolding perfectly. Your faith will no longer be shaken by uncertainty, for you will see with spiritual eyes the path that has been prepared for you. Embrace this inner transformation as the outer world shifts around you. The spiritual awakening you are experiencing will inevitably affect every area of your life. Relationships will change, priorities will realign, and perspectives will expand. What was once important may no longer hold value, and what once seemed distant may suddenly feel close. Do not resist these shifts. They are the natural result of your elevation. The chosen one cannot remain the same when heaven is calling them higher. Allow yourself to be transformed, renewed, and refined, for this is the preparation for the greatness that awaits. Do not fear the intensity of this awakening. The stirring within your spirit may feel overwhelming at times, but it is the fire of God refining you, awakening you, and equipping you for what is next. Every revelation, every insight, every moment of clarity is a gift. Every alignment, every synchronicity, every dream is a sign that you are on the right path. Your spiritual awakening is both a confirmation of your calling and a declaration of the destiny that awaits you. Circle back to the beginning. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. This awakening is the evidence of your divine calling, the proof that God is orchestrating your life for a higher purpose, and the confirmation that you are stepping into authority and influence far beyond what you imagine. 5. Opposition and divine protection. Chosen one, listen carefully. Elevation always brings opposition. The higher you rise, the more visible your light becomes, and the more resistance you will encounter. This is not a sign that you are failing, nor is it a reflection of weakness. On the contrary, it is confirmation that you are walking in the divine calling placed on your life. The spiritual realm reacts to greatness, and the enemy recognizes what God has set apart. This is why your journey has been met with challenges that often felt overwhelming, unfair, or unexplainable. Chosen one, when God elevates you higher, not everyone will celebrate. Some will envy you. Some will misunderstand your purpose. Some will attempt to dim your light because they cannot bear to see the favor of heaven resting on your life. Jealousy will surface from those you once trusted, and criticism will come from voices that once encouraged you. These reactions are not the measure of your worth. They are the measure of your elevation when you are moving into your destiny. Opposition is a natural sign that you are moving forward, that your light is shining, and that your calling is undeniable. Spiritual attacks will intensify as your influence grows. You may feel a heaviness that was not there before, a resistance that seems almost tangible. Confusion may try to cloud your decisions, and fear may attempt to paralyze your steps. But know this, these are not coincidences. They are the proof that you are entering a higher level, where the forces of darkness are mobilized against you because your light threatens to expose their plans. Each challenge is not meant to break you. It is meant to test and strengthen you, to prepare you for the authority that is coming. Misunderstandings will appear in your relationships. People may question your motives, misinterpret your actions, or even turn against you. The very ones you expected to support you may seem distant or critical, but chosen one, do not be disheartened. These moments are part of the refining process. They teach discernment. They reveal who is aligned with your divine calling and who is not. They show you that your approval comes not from man, but from God, and that his favor cannot be taken away by human opinion. Even in the face of betrayal, know that divine protection surrounds you. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Every attack, every plot, every attempt to stop you will fail because God's hand covers you. You are hidden under the shadow of his wings, shielded by his authority and fortified by his power. The same Spirit that guided you through the storms will now guard you in your ascent. Nothing can touch the purpose he has ordained. Nothing can steal the elevation he has prepared. Your path is secured by heaven, and your destiny is untouchable. Courage is required, chosen one. The trials you face are not punishment, they are confirmation. Each obstacle is evidence that you are rising into a season of greater responsibility, influence, and authority. The very resistance you encounter is a signal that God is moving you into higher ground. Every attack, every act of jealousy, every wave of misunderstanding is like a hammer shaping the vessel that carries your destiny. These are not threats, they are markers of your elevation. Remember that God's protection is not passive, it is active. Angels are dispatched on your behalf. Divine strategies are put into place. Opportunities are aligned in your favor, even before you take the next step. The unseen realm is working in your favor, while the world seems to conspire against you. Trust in this reality, chosen one, for it is unshakable and immovable. The same hand that placed the calling on your life now shields you as you walk toward its fulfillment. You must also understand the spiritual purpose of this opposition. It refines your character. It strengthens your faith. It sharpens your vision. It confirms the authenticity of your calling. Elevation without challenge is shallow. True leadership, influence, and divine calling are tested in the fire of resistance. If the world were to applaud you at every step, your light would never be proven. When you persevere, when you walk in faith despite adversity, you are being confirmed as a true chosen one whose authority comes from heaven and whose influence cannot be stopped. Circle back to the beginning. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it, you were called. The war over your life is real, but so is your protection. Your light is necessary, and nothing can extinguish it. Opposition is simply a confirmation that your elevation is authentic. Every challenge, every attack, every betrayal is a signal that God is moving on your behalf, that the enemy fears the destiny you carry, and that your breakthrough is inevitable. Chosen one, Rise with courage. Walk boldly into the season God has prepared. Stand firm in your calling. Allow the fire of this truth to consume fear and doubt. Your protection is guaranteed, your destiny is secured, and your elevation cannot be stopped. 6. Walking boldly in your divine calling. Chosen one, the time has come to step fully into the life God has ordained for you. Elevation is not just a title or a position. It is a responsibility. You are called to walk boldly in your divine calling, embodying authority, humility, and confidence in every step. Authority does not mean arrogance. It means knowing who you are in God and acting in alignment with His will. Humility does not diminish your power. It anchors your spirit in truth. Confidence is not pride. It is the assurance that heaven itself is guiding your path. To walk boldly is to blend all three, letting your life reflect the reality of your calling while inspiring others to rise alongside you. Do not shrink your light to make others comfortable. Too long, chosen one, you have dimmed your brilliance, withheld your gifts, and muted your voice to avoid scrutiny or judgment. The world will never demand that you step fully into your calling, but God will. You were never created to hide in the shadows or settle for less than your destiny. Every talent, every insight, every spark of inspiration within you exists for a divine purpose. To walk boldly is to allow your light to shine unapologetically, illuminating the path for others and affirming that your mission is essential. Service is a vital component of your elevation. The chosen one does not rise merely to occupy space. You rise to lead, guide, and transform. Your influence carries the potential to impact lives, communities, and generations. Leadership requires courage, wisdom, and integrity. Influence requires authenticity, compassion, and discernment. Boldness means stepping forward even when the path is uncertain, even when opposition appears, even when the world resists your rise. This is your moment to act with divine authority, knowing that your voice, presence, and mission are appointed by heaven. Confidence in your calling is anchored in knowing that elevation is not about status or recognition. It is about fulfilling God's purpose. The chosen one does not seek applause, popularity, or approval. Your motivation is higher, your mission divine. Elevation comes with responsibility, and the impact of your actions will be measured not by the world's standards, but by heaven's standards. Every decision you make, every interaction you engage in, every opportunity you seize is part of a larger orchestration that aligns with your calling. Walk with that understanding, and you will never be shaken by the opinions or actions of others. Do not fear making mistakes. Boldness is not the absence of error, it is the willingness to move forward even when outcomes are uncertain. Trust the Spirit within you, for God is guiding each step. You are equipped with insight, discernment, and the wisdom needed to navigate this elevation. When doubt arises, return to the truth that your journey is not determined by human limitations, but by divine orchestration. Every obstacle is temporary, every challenge is surmountable, every moment of hesitation is an opportunity to reaffirm faith in the reality of your calling. Walk boldly in your relationships. The people you encounter are part of your divine assignment. Some will support you, some will challenge you, and some will test your resolve. Approach each interaction with clarity, grace, and intentionality. Your presence itself carries influence. Your words, your actions, and even your silence can guide, teach, and inspire. The chosen one understands that leadership is both action and example, and your every step should reflect the purpose for which you were called. Boldness also requires discernment. Not every door is meant to be opened, and not every opportunity aligns with your divine calling. God is raising you into higher understanding, granting insight to recognize alignment and rejection with precision. Trust your spirit, lean into God's guidance, and act in faith. When the timing is right, the path will be clear and your actions will carry unstoppable momentum. This is the wisdom of walking boldly. Courage without haste, action with alignment, confidence without arrogance. Circle back to the truth. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. Every hesitation, every doubt, every fear is being met with divine instruction. Step forward, step into the fullness of your calling, and walk boldly. You were created for this moment, equipped for this mission, and appointed for this purpose. The chosen one does not shrink back. You rise, and your rise is essential to the world around you. Chosen one, receive this word with fire in your spirit and determination in your heart. Let it awaken boldness where there was hesitation, courage where there was fear, and clarity where there was doubt. You are called to lead, to serve, to influence, and to shine. Walk boldly, walk faithfully, and walk with the certainty that God Himself is guiding every step. Conclusion. Chosen one, the journey you have walked until this moment has not been in vain. Every trial, every season of waiting, every struggle, every moment of doubt has been a step in the divine process of elevating you higher than anyone expected. The storms you endured, the nights you wept alone, the times you questioned whether your calling was real, all of it has led you to this pivotal season. This is a message from God, confirming that you were chosen, that your divine calling is authentic, and that your spiritual awakening is real. The war you have faced has been undeniable, but so has the light that has grown within you, a light that was never meant to be hidden. Now is the time to recognize the fullness of your elevation. You are stepping into a place where your influence will expand, your authority will be recognized, and your purpose will unfold with clarity. The challenges you once feared are now markers of your readiness. The opposition you endured was never a sign of failure. It was proof that you were moving into a higher level, that your rise was inevitable. Every betrayal, every misunderstanding, every moment of isolation was carefully orchestrated to refine your spirit and prepare you for this moment. You are not imagining it. Chosen one, you were called. Your light is necessary, and the world is about to witness the power of what God is doing in your life. Faith is your anchor in this season. Trust that every step you take is guided, that every door opening before you is orchestrated by heaven, and that every favor, every opportunity, every alignment is intentional. Courage is your weapon. Do not shrink back when the opposition intensifies or when fear whispers that you are not ready. You are ready. The Spirit of God within you equips you for every challenge, strengthens you for every battle, and illuminates the path ahead with unwavering clarity. Be bold in the knowledge that the destiny you carry cannot be stopped. This is also a time for discernment. As your influence grows, so too will the pressures to compromise, to dim your light, or to follow the patterns of those who do not share your vision. Stand firm. Let your life reflect the values, the integrity, and the authority of a chosen one. Your presence is powerful, your voice carries weight, your mission has eternal significance. Do not allow temporary discomfort, misunderstanding, or criticism to pull you from the path God has set. Every step you take in alignment with your divine calling strengthens the foundation of your destiny. Recognize the signs of your spiritual awakening as confirmations of your rise. Synchronicities, divine dreams, moments of clarity, and sudden breakthroughs are all indicators that God is moving in your favor. These are not coincidences, they are intentional signals, reminders that you are stepping into higher ground. The energy within you will grow stronger. Your intuition will sharpen. Your faith will solidify. The transformation you are experiencing internally will reflect externally, and others will see the unmistakable evidence of God's hand at work. The world around you may not understand, and some may even resist the changes in your life. That is expected. Not everyone will celebrate your rise. Not everyone will honor the calling upon your life. And not every voice will support the light that now shines through you. But the opposition you encounter is confirmation of your elevation. Every act of jealousy, every plot of deception, every doubt cast by others is evidence that you are moving in a realm of higher authority, influence, and impact. The resistance is a mirror reflecting the power of what God is unfolding in your life. This is the moment to embrace your authority with humility. Elevation is not about pride or personal gain. It is about fulfilling God's purpose. Every gift, every talent, every insight you possess is divinely appointed to serve, to lead, and to transform. Walk boldly in your assignments. Step into the rooms you once believed were closed. Speak the words God has placed in your heart. Act in ways that reflect the maturity, the wisdom, and the discernment of a chosen one. Your rise is not just for your benefit. It is for the people, communities, and generations who are waiting for the light only you can bring. Let this prophetic message ignite fire in your spirit. The elevation you are entering is unstoppable. The blessings, the opportunities, and the favor coming your way are already written in heaven. Your breakthrough is certain. The doubts of the past, the fears of the present, and the limitations of human expectation cannot hinder what God has decreed. You are stepping into a season of divine momentum, and nothing can stand in the way of the destiny that has been prepared specifically for you. Circle back to the truth. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war over your life is real, but so is the victory. Your light is necessary, and it is rising in ways that will astonish even those who once doubted you. Stand with faith, walk with courage, and embrace the fullness of your divine calling. The world will witness the manifestation of your purpose, the evidence of your spiritual awakening, and the undeniable power of God's hand upon your life. Chosen one, receive this blessing with confidence and boldness. Your protection is guaranteed, your destiny is secure, and your rise is inevitable. If this touched your soul, if your spirit recognizes the certainty of this message, comment 7077 because you know it in your heart. You were called, and heaven itself is orchestrating every detail of your elevation. Walk forward, shine brightly, and fulfill the purpose you were created to accomplish.